Welcome, everyone. I'm Michael Schulman from The New Yorker, and welcome to the gayest event at the New Yorker Festival. So, Billy, you've been saying, jokingly and not so jokingly, that homophobia has been keeping straight audiences away from the movie, at least in certain parts of the country.
It's just funny, you know, life is absurd. It's just a rom-com, you know? We wanted to make like a Nora Ephron movie about horny gay guys, and it's inspired a lot of think pieces and op-eds, and I didn't know people were so interested in me.
Obviously, a lot of factors going on when you open a movie. How much do you think homophobia has been a factor?
There was a theater chain in the South and in the Midwest who called Universal over the summer and said, we're not playing this trailer. Though, to be honest, you know, we really didn't make the movie for homophobes anyway. You know, like, it was never intended as a movie to try to convince people who don't like gay people that we're normal and soft and cuddly and okay to love us.
Another thing that's been sort of, oh, please.
Can Harvey talk? He's the legend.
Talk.
My God.
I'm a legend. I have a friend, I live in a small fictional town in Connecticut, and I have a friend who went to see the movie the other day in our small fictional town in Connecticut. He said there were 3 people in the theater, and his first thing was, I thought he was gay. That is internalized homophobia. That is why some people won't go see a gay movie, because they think they're going to be pointed at and called gay. As if that's a bad thing. I don't know from that. I felt that the whole idea of putting this movie out with this idea of the first ever gay movie, but starring a big homo and written by a big homo but produced by heterosexuals. I mean, I think sometimes you have to let the audience find you. Let them discover you. Let them fall in love with you, because the movie is too good.
What we were doing is trying to find every which way to try to motivate people, because the odds were so stacked against it for so many reasons, not just because it's gay subject matter, because people don't go to rom-coms, because it featured an all LGBTQ cast, but no major movie stars. There are many factors when it comes to opening the movie. It was a bold swing.
I mean, I think of both of you as people who were always unapologetically gay. Neither of you had like a coming out, right?
Well, I think the same thing is true about both our personalities, which is we've never allowed anyone to put the mask on us. There were some big television stars that would threaten to sue you if you said they were gay. They're openly gay now because it's safe. I'm out there going, it's fine, kids, it's fine. And they're like, I'm not going to lose my career. But the two of us have never allowed that. All these producers wanted to take Torch Song to Broadway, but they wanted me to take the backroom scene out. They said, you cannot get fucked for 15 minutes on a Broadway stage. And I said, why not? And I did.
Yeah.
And it worked just fine. And nobody walked out of the theater during that scene. You know, we talk about homophobia. We're always going to laugh about homophobia. But heterosexuals being scared of gay people doesn't bother me. Gay people being scared of gay people bothers the shit out of me.
Billy, was there also a feeling like you wanted to sort of acknowledge the AIDS crisis as part of the movie?
I grew up with all of that. I was a kid, but I grew up in New York City. You know, I was coming of age during the peak years of the AIDS epidemic, and you know, we didn't want to make that the center point of the movie. It's a comedy, but how could you not acknowledge that in some way?
And remember, I wrote Torch Song in the 70s before AIDS, and we got to Broadway before AIDS. But when we went to make the movie, they kept saying, you have to add AIDS, you have to add AIDS. And I said, you know, AIDS is a disease. It is not the gay community. And I would say 90% of critics tore the movie apart because it didn't have AIDS in it. Why wasn't monkeypox
Exactly.
in Rose?
Seriously. There's a large part of Hollywood that still thinks like the only gay stories you can tell that are marketable are tragedies, you know, where we're suffering, we're in the closet, we're tortured, we're dying for one reason or another, you know.
As many people have pointed out, at the same times that Bros has come out, like Dahmer is, you know, tearing up Netflix.
Sorry, I'm not as likable as Jeffrey Dahmer. You think I'm insufferable? Every gay man I know is like, I don't know about bros, but Dahmer.
It's very sad but true.
I know. It comes down to what you said earlier, Harvey, which struck a chord with me, is I don't really give a shit about straight people who don't love gay people, but gay people who don't love gay people.